So how much fun would somebody have coming to school here?
Oh, like a 12 out of 10 on a bad day. Yeah, a lot of fun. We like to make it fun. I limbo at least once a week in my class, so, you know, we get low.
Hey, tell us your name.
I'm Chelsea.
And what do you do?
I am an aesthetic educator at Aveda Institute in Provo. So it was a rare coincidence, it just happened. I started aesthetics almost 10 years ago, which is really exciting, and I've been teaching for about 5 years. I didn't know what aesthetics was, I just had a lot of skin problems and skin issues that were addressed in a way that I didn't love growing up. So when I found aesthetics, I fell in love with it, and I fell in love with having the opportunity to work with people so closely and just have a really reverent experience in the treatment room, be able to provide people with real results. The students. Some of the best people I've ever met have been students. They bring so much light and energy and knowledge, and we're like-minded enough, as in we all want to study aesthetics, but they ask questions that I would never think to ask, and so I learn a lot by teaching them and trying to learn the answers that they are asking. Again, the students can be that. Different personalities. Don't assume that everyone learns the way that you teach, that you're not always right and you need to always be growing, and so you can give every student the best opportunity and the best education that you can. Assuming that people learn the way that I do, and just getting frustrated that, you know, the way I'm teaching it is not being conveyed, and me misinterpreting, not understanding from the student as being really frustrating for me. So again, don't take things personally, don't think you're always right, don't think everyone is like you. Everyone is different, and that's what makes it so fun. We get phenomenal students, and I have had students that have had deaths in the family and who have just overcome really hard struggles and trials while they were here. I've seen a lot of students be able to work through really heavy things, and they have the support of the school, of the students, of the staff, and it gives them something to do. And again, it's the service industry, so they get to take a step outside of themselves and they get to continually serve people, which usually helps to lift their spirits quite a bit. To take a good look at myself in the mirror and say, what do you suck at? And then I'll take classes on that, and I'll just face my demons, and I'll try to not suck at something that I suck at or don't like doing. That's the real truth. Yes, we have all been there. I went to massage therapy school at one point in my career, and that helped to reignite my inner fire for the service industry. Learning herbology then helped me know ingredients. So I was taking classes that seemed very different from what I was doing, but they were all very helpful. We have a great process called our coaching process. Again, coaching to both positive and negative behaviors. That way the students, they're familiar with the format. So we ask what's going well, what could you be doing differently? And it doesn't seem as attacking. It doesn't seem like we're out to get them. It's something that they can internalize and we can internalize on, and then we can collaborate together on maybe what's the cause of the problem. We're big about the why behind something is happening. So why is this happening? How can we help in the future? So doing our coaching has been really helpful for me with negative students, where I haven't always had that. I have never had that tool until I came to Aveda Institute. Every state is going to have a different amount of hours. Utah, we have a basic and both a master. program. So basic is 600 hours and our master's is another 600 hours on top of that. And that's when we get more into the medical field. I went to a medical-based school. I've worked in medical spas, I've worked with different plastic surgeons, and that gives you the opportunity to do that. With master's program in the state of Utah, we can do microneedling, microdermabrasion, chemical peels, and all of that is included in the curriculum, and it's not something that you'll be taking a class for after school. Also laser hair removal, IPL, radio frequency devices, that is part of Utah, part of the master program. So again, if you move states or if you're in another state, you may have to take certifications on top of what you paid in your tuition, where that's included in Utah and with the masters. Yeah, one thing that I love about aesthetics, and again, not being bored with it in 10 years, is there are a lot of different paths you can take. I've been able to work in spas, I've been able to have private practice, I've been able to transition into a specific form of private practice. I work specifically with PTSD, and that's something that's really meaningful for me that I was able to take continuing education classes on. But you can work for a corporate company, you can help them set up salons and spas. You can be a product knowledge rep, you can travel, you can work trade shows. There are so many ways. You can educate. There are so many things that you can do with aesthetics. It's not just being in a treatment room and that's where you're going to start and that's where you're going to end. And the aesthetic field is always evolving. I mean, eyelash extensions weren't even a thing when I went to school, and so now, you know, everyone has them. Not me, but everyone else does. Loved to see what has changed. Like, dermatologists were the only ones that were able to microneedle for a long time, and now estheticians can. And also with laser, there are a lot of really great things and meaningful things that we can do. And so if you want a career change and still be in your scope of practice, you can transition into something different. Well, if you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have any advice for me, also please leave a comment. I would love to be in touch. Thank you, Oozle Media.